After tonight's 50-7 win over Texas A&M, you could not ask for a better way to end the 2019 regular season. Kate Adams with the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. We're here at the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Golf Classic. You're in charge of the rebranding from Zephyrs to Baby Cakes. What impact has that made on this community?
It's been amazing.
Check in with Kate Adams.
Elise, first state title for Doyle since 1979. What does it mean to you and your teammates to bring home a trophy back to Livingston Parish?
It honestly just means the world to all my teammates.
Alex Lang received a standing ovation when he stepped off the mound in what figures to be his last game pitching for the Tigers. LSU got 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th, securing their 4-3 win over the Bulldogs. Anthony Davis and Tyreek Evans have been a good duo for the Pelicans, but how will this offensive pair match up against Blake Griffin and the LA Clippers? Davis said tonight the main focus is the defense, and then the offense will come. For Fox 8 Sports, I'm Kate Adams. LSU is 3-0 under interim head coach Ed Orgeron and has won each of those games by double digits. However, the Tigers will face number 1 Alabama in Death Valley this weekend and hope to put an end to their 5-game losing streak against the Tide.
That's why you come to LSU. That's why you come to coach LSU. We understand the rivalry. I understand it. Our team understands it. We understand the importance of this football game, but it's game 4 of our new season. And that's the way we're going to treat it.
We want to prepare against, Alabama the same way we would prepare for any other team. And so as long as we kind of stick to our guns and play our best game, it's going to be a tough fight, but I think we have what it takes.
We have a good team. We have good players. I'm at a good school. We have a great coaching staff. And we're playing at home. We're playing the best stadium in the world to play, so all those things are an advantage.
Alabama's defense is ranked number 2 in the SEC, and last year the Tide's defense held LSU's star running back Leonard Fournette to just 31 yards.
He's such a dominant player, and he expects to go out there and put on a performance every time he gets, and I don't think he put on the one he wanted to last year, so I'm sure he's looking forward to the opportunity to get another chance at him.
Bama's defense does a great job of taking advantage of your mistakes, and that's the biggest thing this week is we can't afford to have those mistakes like that because that'll give them the advantage. So we need to clean up our offense. We've got to play a perfect game.
I think you have to play at extremely high level, mistake-free football, and execute your game plan. But you don't have to, do anything special or play outside ourselves or anything like that. We just have to be confident with what we're doing and go out there and try and execute.
With Alabama, obviously with all the success they've had, their team you have to respect. And we're going to certainly go into the game with full respect for them. But, we're going to play our game, and we're going to go out there and have fun and do what we can do to win the game.
For WAFB 9 Sports, I'm Kate Adams. They say football is a game of inches, and Sunday was just that. New Orleans got held up at the goal line and was forced to kick 4 field goals. But it was the Saints defense that had the big stop on Seattle's final drive to secure their win 25-20.
I like being on this winning side of it. I like the defense showing resiliency to have this stop, to not let them in the end zone.
You get into these situations where you find a way to win, and it does. And the next time you're in that situation, you have a different confidence and a different feeling in your gut when you walk on the field.
This is, the first time this year with this team where, it came down to a final play on the goal line, stop. And they did it, man. There's a confidence boost there. There's, when this situation arises in the future, it's, hey, we've been there. We know how to handle this. We know the emotions of it. We know how to, we know how to conquer this.
Up against a physical Seattle defense, the Saints' offense remained balanced with 35 rushes and 35 passes.
There's not a weak link in that defense, period. So you just know you're going to have to earn every yard. And every third down is crucial to keep the chains moving so that you have the opportunity to get points.
Breeze had 27 completions and a total of 265 yards and 1 touchdown. New Orleans gained 123 yards on the ground, with 102 of those yards by running back Tim Hightower, who is the first Saint this season to rush for 100.
The big thing about what we did today was when things didn't go well early, we stuck to it. We stuck to the game plan. They gave us some tough looks, running the football, but we stuck to it. And we stuck to it, and we kind of just stayed patient and took what they gave us, and in the fourth quarter kept ourselves in a position to win the game.
For WAFB 9 Sports, I'm Kate Adams.
second half set to begin between Bossier and Waspin. Let's send it over to Kate Adams.
A very impressive induction class going into the 2020 Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame. Some of those inductees include Brock Berlin, Doug Williams, David Toms, Rusty Staub, Billy Cannon, Bobby Joe Douglas. That's just a few of those guys, and that event will be held on Friday, April 24th at LaBerge Casino and Hotel in Baton Rouge. So go get your tickets at lhsaa.org, guys.
Fairview is 8 minutes away from its 12th state championship. Let's send it over to Kate Adams.
Hathaway head coach Young said one of the best lessons she ever learned from Coach Jinks was toughness mentality, but also to never give up and never back down. And in a back and forth game like today, I don't think either one of these teams are giving up or backing down. So let's see what happens here in the remainder of the game, guys. Good evening, I'm Kate Adams, and for most of us, a pretty chilly and miserable evening here in Baton Rouge. But for fans of Beth Torina's LSU softball Tigers, it was the chance to finally raise the curtain on the 2020 season with the opener against Central Arkansas. The women of LSU football led by Lois Stuckey, throwing out the first ceremonial pitch. Tigers head coach Beth Torina wanted to make sure these ladies were properly recognized. LSU fell behind 1-0 in the first inning, but would rally. Bottom of the second, Amanda Doyle smacks a double down the right field line to score a pitch to runner Akaya Times. Then in the third, it's sophomore Georgia Clark with her first career home run, a screaming line drive over the center field wall. Watch this right here, and this crowd definitely likes that sitting in that chilly weather. LSU led 3-1 and would go on to win 3-2 as Shelby Sunseri pitches a complete game. LSU back on the diamond tomorrow night at 6 o'clock when the 11th ranked Tigers take on number 13 Oklahoma State to start the Tiger Classic. Former Lady Tigers basketball star John Kinney in the more comfortable confines of a St. Michael's gym tonight, leading her alma mater. The Lady Warriors are up against a Lee Magnet team that's outscored Broadmoor and Bel Air 91-14 and 60-4 in the last 2 weeks. They were up 33-23 at the half, but broke it up in the third quarter. Diamond Hunter laying off a steal. She had 35 points with 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Then it's Avonia Hatch knocking down the corner three. 42-29, Lady Patriots lead. Still in the third, watch Anaya Lagarde with the ball in transition around the back, Euro step and finish. Pretty impressive. Lee Magnet goes on to win it 81-59. Now, the drama surrounding five-star defensive lineman Jordan Birch from South Carolina is over. Considered to be a probable flip to LSU, it was announced just hours ago that he'll wind up with the Gamecocks after all. Birch did not sign his letter of intent yesterday in what made for an awkward National Signing Day ceremony. Jaguars preferred walk-on Mike Wicker got the biggest ovation at Southern Labs Signing Day ceremony featuring 6 kittens who will carry their careers to the next level. Keon Kaiser will be a boll weevil for the University of Arkansas Monticello. Perhaps the biggest news, though, came from big play receiver Reginald Johnson, who was once committed to the Houston Cougars, now headed to the Cajuns of UL Lafayette, presumably to catch passes from Levi Lewis of Scotlandville. Defensive back Kenyon Andrews is taking his act to Music City as a Tennessee State Tiger. Linebacker Jabbar Triplett will now be a rival of former Kitten Shannon Foreman, picking the Arizona Wildcats of the Pac-12. And lab lineman Nick Smith is headed to Pineville to play for Louisiana College. Now, speaking of Scotlandville, 9 Sports was there to see 9 Hornets at their ceremony. Hoop star and edge rusher Jonathan Horton had already signed with Virginia in December. Donald Jones is a Lobo after signing with the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque, and Chris Daigle and Spence Thomas have become instant rivals. Daigle signs with Southern SWAC rival Alcorn State, while Thomas stays home to be a Jaguar. Holmes Community College is the landing spot for DeAndre Bell, while Martrell Thomas takes his talent up the East Coast to Morgan State. Sylvester Bolony picks Belhaven in Mississippi, while Darius Williams will attend JUCO at Highland JC in Kansas. Jesse Craig considering Alcorn State or Highland with Williams. 3-star Amy defensive back Darren Branch has been committed to Ole Miss since November, but flipped to Georgia Wednesday. The 6'2", 180-pound corner choosing the Dogs over the Rebels and Miami. Warriors running back Corey McKnight accounted for 80 touchdowns and more than 3,000 rushing yards in his career. He's headed to Hutchinson Community College in Kansas, the same school Saints running back Alvin Kamara attended for one season. Kevin Bickman is a strong safety and linebacker, but he won't be going too far from home, signing with Southeastern to play for head coach Frank Selfo. And we'll end things with the LSU Tigers. And on the LSU campus with 4-star defensive tackle Jaquelin Roy, who celebrated joining the national champs for the cameras after signing his letter of intent back in December. 3-star offensive guard Rashad Green also signed with Tulane, and offensive lineman Solomon Miles signing for Scott Community College. Stay right here. I'm Kate Adams.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You want to call tails? He wants to call tails. If I drop it, I'm going to flip it again, all right? Okay, it is heads. It is heads. So you've won the toss. You want to defer, okay? Looks for Reed.
Michelle Fighters a down, touchdown, touchdown.